Suicide has always been a big part of Japanese culture. Maybe not a big part, but it's been a more open part of Japanese culture than it is in some other cultures. You know, when you have the obligational seppuku, harakiri, the ritual suicide of the warrior class in ancient Japan and things like that. And people still do commit suicide here, I think on a slightly higher rate than in the U.S. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at that rate in a long time. But oftentimes it's a problem of inconvenience here. They do little things to make it inconvenient for people to inconvenience the public with their suicides. When it comes to train lines, they fine people for delaying the trains. If you jump in front of a train, fine goes to your family, any living relatives, they have to pay for you inconveniencing the city. And if it's a local train line, it's a fine, and if it's like the loop line during rush hour, it's a much bigger fine. They prorate it depending on how much trouble you cause, how much inconvenience you cause. Well, my building here, it's a fairly tall building, 25 stories, and you have apartments on one side, and then you have apartments on the other side, and you have this big gap in between. This is actually the roof of a 3-story building below. So if you have 20-some-odd floors, you can fall. It's 22 floors, and on occasion people come and jump. So it's happened since I've been here. I've never heard it, seen it, anything like that, but it has happened. So they want to discourage it now, and they've taken anti-suicide measures for the building. Then putting them in is extremely annoying. You can see these metal fences here on the other side. It makes this place look a lot more like a prison. And they're drilling into metal every morning as they're putting these up. It's rather obnoxious. Not that it really actually stops people, because if you look at the top, there's plenty of a gap that any reasonably agile person could climb up and climb their way out there. But then they've made a second countermeasure. If you look down here, I'm not sure if you can see if the camera's picking this up, there are a whole bunch of blue cables strung across. And they're just wide enough that they are really likely to catch you. But not really catch you, it looks like they'd catch you and then you'd fall between them. So it would just be really, really painful. And they've set those up, it looks like about every 5 floors all the way. They're still in the process of putting more of these up, that's why I don't have a railing here yet. But for all that, I mean, there's still fire exits on either side that go out to outside balconies. That in case of an emergency, that's one of the places you're supposed to go if you can't get out of the burning building, the stairwells are clogged. They should be able to rescue you with fire ladders on those exits. So those are just windows that you open the latch and step out. They're all over the place. And there are emergency doors on multiple floors. So it doesn't actually stop people, but they really want to make it inconvenient. I can understand it makes my building pretty ugly. I don't really have a great conclusion to this, no way to really summarize this, just that it's unusual, and I don't like that my building's going to look more like a prison.